Good day, and welcome to the Budding Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Bridges. In each episode, I cover my experiences, both good and bad, of being a business builder, as well as my journey through the crazy world of entrepreneurship to reach my goal of earning $10 million a year. All right, everybody. We're on episode 117 of the podcast. This week is number 2 of the month of October. We set our agenda last week with 3 books for the month. The first one is $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. The second one, Magnetic Marketing by Dan Kennedy. And the third one is Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. I've been going through the process of the Expert Secrets, and I think I've mentioned before that I've read the book, but I didn't read it as a straight line. I didn't start at the beginning and go to the end. And I recommend for this type of a book that you do that, because each successive chapter builds on the previous one, which is important, right? And so I'm digging into that one pretty good. We're still looking at our monthly task list of marketing KPIs. I'm still looking to implement Alex Hormozi's core 4 in the business. This podcast being just one piece of all of that is the outreach side of things. And then some of the frameworks that Taylor Welch brings to the equation here. And those are my monthly tasks that are going on. I also created my updated schedule for October and this fourth quarter now for the rest of the month and the rest of the year. And so if you haven't done that, I would recommend you probably do it. I follow a process known as the Bulletproof Business Plan, where you have what you're going to do this month, what you're going to do in the next 90 days, what you're going to achieve in the next year, and then what you are going to get done, how you're going to live your life 3 years down the road. Okay? So that's kind of an important thing that I use. I update it about once every quarter, or once every month actually, is I'm replacing all the tasks in the monthly. Let's talk about a little bit more of what we've been going through in this process of frameworks. I completed the market research framework last week, so it's still checked off. This week, I started building my practice accelerator. This is a program specific to the legal field, and I wanted to make sure that I kept it absolutely tight within the parameters of what legal wants to get done. And I started doing something this week, which was building an email sequence, kind of a how-to that will be used for part of the Practice Accelerator. And I'm focusing on the 5 most common problems that a practice faces while it's growing. I've been through most of the first week. We did 3 original teaser emails. Now I'm going through and doing 4 this week to kind of cover some of the number 1 problem, the primary of these 5. We're going to do the first one. And of course, what kind of solutions will help you out for that. And then what kind of outcomes you can expect as a result of doing that. But as with anything else, there's always a secondary problem that comes along. When you solve a problem, it creates another problem. Maybe not one that you think about, but it's one that you can kind of anticipate if you've been doing this for a while. I'm going through looking at this and putting these sequences together. Next week is the second one, and we'll go through that one. Each successive week, we deal with a problem, we deal with the secondary problems, the solutions for dealing with that. And then when we're done with this 5-week period, I'm going to be pretty confident that the people that are staying are actually going to be ones that I can contact and deal with, because they're actually opening and reading my email. Now, some of them, of course, are unsubscribing. And I think I'm at about 0.63% unsubscribe rate right now, which is really not that bad. I mean, there's over 400 people in this sequence, and this current one. This is not a surprise. I'm just bringing them in a little at a time, go through the teaser week, kind of warm them up, and then go into the material. And we'll be looking at contacting them after they've completed or when they've gotten close to the completion for all 5 of the emails. To go along with that, I'm looking to solve one of these problems at a time. And I want to look at that when I'm contacting these people. I want to solve one thing. Which of these problems are the ones you are facing? And let's address that one, come up with a game plan, and then we can address that and present that without going into a formal program. Programs involve training. This is more of a solution-oriented kind of thing. So I want to be able to start that, build the audience, because this is a cold audience, by the way. These people, for the most part, do not know anything about me. They're being connected to in a cold way. And so cold audiences, as hard as they are, they provide you with a lot of really good information that you can then use to a warm audience later on. The last thing that I want to talk about this week is something that I'm doing in my blog. Everybody does their own thing on a blog. Usually it's talking about a particular topic and then, maybe answering it or giving some suggestions. I'm taking a different tack on my blog. I'm actually covering 5 different people and how they've helped me in my business in different areas. And these are all, like last week was Taylor Welch. And he's been instrumental, his whole programs, both through The Wealthy Consultant and Traffic and Funnels, where he was before The Wealthy Consultant started. These programs have really helped me. They've helped shape me. They've helped shape the way I go about things and see about what I'm doing. This past week was Taylor Welch, and go through, talk about what I've learned in relation to his programs and his way of getting things done, how it's helped me, how it's made a difference, and how I personally have been able to implement what he's talking about. The next 4 weeks, I'm going to be doing a different person each week. Next week is business development. The following week is going to be my own consulting process. I haven't quite gotten to the last 2 yet, but I know who I'm going to be dealing with. Go ahead and read the blog. It's just blog.randybridgesconsulting.com. Nothing fancy. I think it's /TBE. It's a link right off of the Randy Bridges Consulting website. And it is really just kind of breaking down this process of integrating what someone else has done to give somebody else an idea of how to go about all the things that you're learning and the people that you're dealing with, putting them in play and implementing all the pieces that we're doing. Then we can actually talk about how they have personally helped me in my journey. We're coming up on 10 minutes, so I'm going to keep it relatively short. Signing off today for the Budding Entrepreneur, this is Randy Bridges, wishing you the best in your health, your wealth, your business, your family, everything about you. Take care and have a great week.